Good morning, good morning. Hey, kindergartners, happy Friday. And what a beautiful Friday it is going to be. I know today I have for math to go outside and find some 3D shapes. So go on a little adventure and see if you can find some 3D shapes. Yesterday, I know you guys learned about cones, and I have a cone here. So it comes to a point on top, it's curved in the middle, and it has a flat surface on the bottom. And I know when you think of cones, a lot of you think of a big scoop of ice cream sitting right here. Maybe it's Hawkins' creation. Um, so this is a cone. I had a hard time on my little adventure in the house looking for cones today. So I did find a kind of a cone on top of here. It doesn't come to a real sharp point, but this is just like to fill nail holes and stuff like that in the house. So you can see it's rounded and it gets a little narrower as it goes up. And then when I opened the fridge door this morning, I found the sriracha, and it kind of has a cone on top too. So good luck finding cones. They're kind of tricky. I found that to be the hardest one so far. And then of course cylinders to have the two flat surfaces and a curve in the middle. And our flat surfaces are circles. The sphere is all curved all the way around, makes for a good ball. And then of course our cube, which has 6 flat surfaces, and they're squares, and they're all the same size. So have fun looking for some of those today, especially in this beautiful, beautiful weather. I want to go through our long vowels real quick, and then I think you're gonna like what comes up next. So this week you worked on the long U sound, so this card is U, mule, U. O, home, O. A, safe, A. I, pine, I. And our new one that you'll be working on next week, E, Pete, E. So that first E says its name, that last one is quiet. Pete, E, Pete, E. I love it. All right. Since we're talking about learning at school today, I grabbed a book when I was in the school yesterday, and I think it's one you're gonna like. Junie B. Jones. First grader at last, since you guys are going to be first graders soon. Now, remember, Junie B. Jones can kind of be a stinker. She sometimes says stuff that not my favorite words. So I sometimes try to change them. But I'm excited because she is funny. And I know you guys like her because I've watched you guys listen so nicely and laugh while we read Junie B. Jones. So I'm going to start with chapter 1. Of course, this book is by Barbara Park. And there's not very many pictures, remember, and it's illustrated by Denise Brunkus. So the ones that are in there are by Denise Brunkus. And chapter 1 says, First grade surprises. Thursday. Dear first grade journal, yesterday was the first day of school. It is new here. Today my teacher handed out these journals. He's making us write in these silly things. Only I don't even know what to write. My teacher has muscles and a mustache. His name is Mr. Scary. He made that name up, I believe. I am not even scared of him, hardly. From Junie B, first grader. I put down my pencil and I looked at what I wrote. I did a sigh. I would like to go home now, I said to just myself. Shh, said a girl named May. I'm still trying to do my work. May sits next to me in the back of the room. I do not actually care for that girl. Just then my teacher stood up at his desk. His mustache smiled real friendly. Okay, boys and girls, you can stop writing now, he said. As I told you earlier, we will be working in our journals quite often this year. In fact, it won't be long until your journal starts feeling like an old friend. I rolled my eyes at the ceiling. What kind of an old friend looks like a notebook? I said. Shh, said May again. You shouldn't talk while the teacher is talking, Junie Jones. I looked at her real annoyed. B, I said. My name is Junie B. I think I've mentioned that to you before, May. And I leaned closer to her face. B, 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 I said. After that, I slumped in my seat and I put my head on my desk. I peeked at the other children who sit near me. Their names are Herb and Lenny and Jose. I do not know them from a hole in the ground. I did another sigh. First grade is not what it's cracked up to be. My room is named Room 1. I was nervous when I came here yesterday. That's how come Daddy had to carry me all the way to the room because my legs felt like squishy jello. He put me down outside the door. Well, here we are, Junie B, he said. First grade. At last. My stomach had flutterflies in it. Also, my arms had prickly goosebumps. And my forehead had drops of sweaty. I am a wreck, I said. Daddy smiled very nice. There's nothing to worry about, Junie B. I promise, he said. You're going to love first grade. Just think, there's a whole room full of brand new friends just waiting to meet you. He ruffled my hair. Are you ready to go in now? He asked. Are you ready to begin your first grade adventure? I looked at him a real long time. And then I quick spun around and I zoomed down the halls as fast as I could. Dad zoomed after me. He caught up with me speedy quick and he carried me back to my class. Only this time he carried me straight into the room. As soon as he put me down again, I hid behind his legs. Because that place was a zoo, I tell you. There were people everywhere. There were girls and boys and mothers and daddies and grandmas and grandpas. Plus also there were drooly babies in strollers. Then all of a sudden my whole mouth came open. Because good news. I finally saw someone I knew. I jumped up and down and all around. Daddy, Daddy, it's Lucille. Remember Lucille? Lucille was my bestest friend from kindergarten last year. Lucille was standing at a desk next to the window. And I ran over to her in a jiffy. And then I hugged and hugged that girl, and I couldn't even stop. Lucille, Lucille, it's me. It's your bestest friend from kindergarten, Junie B. Jones. And I tried to pick her up. I'm so glad to see you, friend. I shouted really joyful. Lucille put my arms off her. Stop it, Junie B. Stop it, she said. You're wrinkling my brand new back-to-school dress. This thing cost a fortune. I stopped hugging her. Lucille smoothed and fluffed herself. So I smoothed and fluffed her too. There, I said, good as new. After that, I grabbed Lucille's hand and I started to pull. Come on, Lucille, let's go find 2 desks together, I said. I think we should sit near the door. Want to, huh? If we sit near the door, we can stare at people who walk down the hall. Lucille yanked her hand away. No, Junie B, I'm going to sit at this desk right here, she said. I already picked it out with my 2 new friends, Camille and Chenille. She pointed at the door. See them over there, she said. I met them before you came, and they are saying goodbye to their mother. Aren't they precious? I looked at Camille and Chenille, and guess what? My eyes popped right out of my head because wowie, wow, wow, those girls were twins. That's why. I sprang way high in the air. Twins! Twins! They're twins, Lucille. This is our lucky day. I pulled on her again. Come on, Lucille. Let's go touch them. Hurry, hurry before a line forms. Lucille did not budge a muscle. Stop it, Junie B. Quit pulling on me, she said. Camille and Chenille don't want to be touched, and besides, I am their new best friend, not you. I looked surprised at that girl. Yes, but I can be their bestest friend along with you, right, Lucille? I asked. All I have to do is meet them, right? And then all of us can be bestest friends together. Lucille shook her head. No, Junie B, I'm sorry, but you and I have already been best friends, remember? We were best friends for a whole long year, and now it's time for Camille and Chenille to get a turn. She did a shrug. It's only fair to me, she said, and besides, their names rhyme with my name. and yours doesn't. She wrinkled her nose very cute. Camille and Chenille and Lucille. See? Isn't that darling? After that, Lucille gave me a pat. Don't be sad, okay? She said, you and I can still be friends, Junie B, just not on a regular basis. After that, she waved her fingers and she said, ta-ta, and she skipped to Camille and Chenille. Next time, chapter 2, more surprises, plus Herb. Let's see what that silly character Junie B. Jones is up to. You guys have a great weekend. I'll see you back on Monday. Enjoy this awesome day.